Blitzers, it's Ronan. Welcome back to the channel. A simple video today about the best TD in the game, the Hori, the Tier 10 Japanese tank. We have three examples of why you just saw one of myself taking out, I believe that was a Kronwagen, shooting it in the turret in a 2-on-2. It was a good player as well. This tank is just unbelievably good. I resisted calling it the best TD because I'm a big fan of the Object 268. I like the grill, although it's definitely not the best TD. Also like the Jaegeru, and there's a lot of really good TDs, obviously, in the tier. And oftentimes it's a big argument when you say this is one of the best of everything. But this tank is just impressive. And if you look at the right-hand side of the screen here, you can see the cannon, how good it is. And you're seeing Rene, by the way, here in Falls Creek. 0.281 dispersion. Look at the pen values, 310, 380, 85 HE. The alpha is the only thing you give in the game with this tank, and it's gun depression of only 6 degrees. The alpha is lower, 560 to 640, but you see how accurate and look at the pen, and this is just ridiculous. And you got such high DPM that it really makes you be able to play the game. Look at the reload of about 8 seconds, and you're just outlaying damage. If you run calibrated shells, I don't think you need to, but if you do choose to calibrate, there's pretty much everything. I think Sig, you're the one who said, or somebody said it, you don't even have to aim at a mouse, and that's true as long as they're not angling. So there's a beautiful shot with AP to the side of the E100. Through the bush, you couldn't see. Obviously, Rene knew the angle looked good there, but still, just terrific pen values here. Rene is going to work this map very, very hard. He is working that bush, could not land that shot on the 183. It's a 6-on-7 battle, I should say, right now. And Rene's holding this spot. And the armor profile of the tank is part of what makes it so unique. And you're going to see Rene and Slumpy Lin, who will be playing the next game, utilize it as well. So, you got a tank that's mobile. You got a tank that has good armor. And then you have a tank that it also has an incredible gun. So that's why it's the best in the tier. What does it have that's not good? Hit points is the only thing that's not great. 750 is not tripping. I think the grill actually has like 1900. And look at this Mousin over there, just pushes Rene out of the way. Rene, just ridiculous, idiot. Rene was very kind and did not say anything. I was impressed by that. Nice shot through the fence and the grill. It is 6-on-6 right now. Rene's already at 3,700 damage. He's taken one hit in the lower plate there. You saw that by the E100. And he's kind of working this right now, very, very smart. You see Rene goes back, waits about 8 to 10 seconds to reset his camo. The tank has good camo as well, and as you'd expect from a TD, it's not great, it's not incredible or anything, but it's got good camo values. And then he goes up there and goes and lands shot, and you can land shots with this tank. Armor is of no factor. You can really land those shots. Now here, the tough shot, beautiful, just on the lower plate or the side driving wheel of the Kronwagen. And things are going well here right now. It's right now it's a 6-on-4. You'd think this would be an easy game. They're going well because Rene's got 4,200 damage. But as you can continue to see the game unfolds in rolls. The Kronwagen here is a very tough tank to pen. We all know how hard the upper the turret is, and Rene pounces him with the Pramo, which is a modified AP that's got the 380 pen. Now, you're thinking to yourself, oh, well, this tank certainly has a good cannon, but look at the mobility of the damn thing. It's got a good power to weight, and sorry, I have the armor up. But it moves. The top speed's 50, the bottom speed's 20. Concealment was what I was going to mention here. It's 64 when stationary, 47-14, much better than a tank like the Grill or the 183. And as you can see with the mobility of the tank, it is going to get you from point A to point B as well with its 50 top speed. And it doesn't move like a medium or anything, but it does have some get up and go with good top speed that enables you to get out of there and 20 degrees in reverse, 20 kilometers per hour in reverse, which helps as well. So now Rene managed, he could tell that he had to get out of dodge because that was just not looking pretty. And this 5120 here, the AMX 5120, is actually a tricky tank because the 5120 is one you don't want out on the flank. It's got an accurate cannon with good everything. If it's got the top cannon, he could actually do a lot of damage here. So Rene decided to go take him out, and which I think was a really smart play. The guy was from SVG as well, so that's going to be a good player. And I noticed one small thing. Somebody was telling him to shoot with HE. The 5120 actually has more rear and side armor than the AMX 50B, which is why Rene, even with this cannon, the HE pin I would say on this is a little lower. I think I saw it looked at earlier around like in the high 60s or low 70s. It doesn't have the HE pin of the giant cannons, but it's still good enough as Rene demonstrates there. And there goes the Cron Band. Unless he shot AP, I thought that was a HE shot. So Rene's a 6,000 damage. It's 3 on 2. You can see that E100 on Rene's team is kind of working that hill over there by the bridge. The E100, Rene noticed the E100's got very low health, so he's just going to rush in. He can take one shot from the E100 for sure, especially in the front. And he can also, I think the other player is a Grill, and he can take one shot from them. So good time to flank. Really smart play here the way Rene, he didn't go to the right. Why that's important is he's got some protection to go, and he can flank that E100 better. That was a really smart move. There goes the Grill, and again, Rene now, because he didn't get hit, could take a shot from the Grill, and he does, but he's got what he needs to finish him off, and caps off a terrific game. 6,000, I think it was 6,200 odd damage. I wanted to 6211 damage, 3 kills, obviously the mastery, 1513 base XP. Again, in the way Rene held that place, used the mobility, just played kind of perfectly. All right, we got Slumpy here. We are in Alpenstadt, and again in counter battle, which is a good, the only way to play. Slumpy is not rocking the samurai camo, which I love, so shame on you, Slump, Lin, but just kidding around. Lin takes the aggressive position. So I play with Lin a lot at night, and he's a terrific player, first of all. Lin has a great feeling for this tank. He and Rene worked out a lot. I think Rene showed him a lot of little areas to play. But Lin is really good at knowing when to push with a tank. And this is a tank you can't push with. Now, Lin is going to get some bounces here. So if you look at the corner up there, it's going to be a little hard to see the numbers, but the angling of the tank, straight up, the tank has good armor. You can see how red and purple it is, and you're seeing pen values in the high 200s, except for the lowest plate's actually good. It's the middle lower plate that's actually got values in the top 100s. But if you angle the tank, if you angle this correctly, the huge sides that you get there get to very, very difficult to pen, just like any tank, more or less, that has decent side armor. And what Lin do is using the excellent traverse of the tank to angle it. You saw Rene doing some of the same thing here. You can get a lot of ridiculous amount of bounces with this. Where it's hard, where I would tell you to be careful, is when you are facing a medium with a highly accurate cannon, like a T-62 or something. Those tanks, and that was an unfortunate miss. I don't even know how that missed. Those tanks are going to be able to shoot you in the lower plate and then find those squishy holes. They're also going to be very careful because they do not want to get smacked in the face by this tank. So you notice how Lin is working the angle here. This does have a ton of gun traverse, meaning the gun moves without the tank having to move, but it does have some. And Lin is truly trying to work this corner. It's a 7-on-7 now. And this game feels like it's control. And I think Lin, and it stayed relatively in control because of Lin's overall dominance here in the middle. This is not a lot of TDs, big TDs. And this is another big difference maker. And watch how Lin just pounds the cheek to this E100, does it again. Not a lot of TDs could have the mobility, armor, and cannon to be able to do what the Hori does. And that's a big differentiator. You could never have a Jagdpanzer or a Grill or an Object 268 in this position that he's playing in. And the versatility and the accuracy of the cannon and the pen of the cannon, the armor of the tank are all those reasons. All right, we got a 5-on-5 now. And that was a big hit that somebody took there on their 5120, the MX 5120. This guy here in the M103 is not a great player. I think Lin was incredibly frustrated with him and actually cut him off there. I don't know if he did it on purpose, but that guy was an idiot. Lin probably letting frustrations get to the best of him. I didn't mention that the one probably biggest weakness I find of the tank is its hit points. And so you just can't get hammered too much. If you're facing an Emil, a T-57, a Kronwagen, you got to be careful because they can nearly clip you or get close. So that was 2 great shots there. Lin's up to 4,400 damage. 4-on-4, there is the Death Star, the 183. Lin pounds it in the side with no problem at all. The 183 got excited because he saw that M103 and I guess thought he could do something big to it. The M103 had a nice move there, actually. Got to give the guy a little bit of credit. M103, or the 183 doesn't rotate, turret doesn't rotate all the way around, so he got to the side of it and prevented himself from being shot. There is the WZ-120, what a piece of shit tank. Lin absolutely hammers him again. He gets himself up to now nearly 6,000 damage. And Lin rushes in here. I think, at this point, he actually got the bounce. I think he died from the ram. Maybe I missed that. But nonetheless, Lin did what needed to be done. Their Object 268 here and the M103 quickly dispatch the WZ-120. And there the 268 clears the waffle. And then the M103 here gets rid of the WZ-120. All right, so that is the game, guys. Do you agree that this is the best TD? If not, what is? Let me know in your comments. Great games, guys. I enjoyed watching these two tactical battles of this amazing tank. 6,089 damage, 4 kills for Lin, 1472 base XP, huge carry there, and well done. Please sub to the channel if you haven't, and give us your comments. Thanks.